If anyone's out there, hello. If not, I'm going to wait till I know somebody's out there before I really get going. I don't know what's going on here with this phone, but got plenty of likes so far, but I don't see anybody in here. So, like I said, if anybody wants to come up, come on up. Hey Jerry, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming. I'm just sitting here in my living room. I'm doing it in the living room this week instead of the bedroom. I may bounce back and forth, or I may just pick one and stay with it. But yeah, looking forward. Good evening to you. Hopefully you can hear me, Jerry. Like I said, as far as I know, everything's working. If not, please let me know. Just tell me everything's good if you can hear me. Right now, I'm just wanting to see who else comes in. I've got my earbuds in. Let me find out, Jerry. Thanks, loud and clear. I appreciate that. Yeah, just another week. I've got some things taken care of. I've got some other things to take care of yet. Finally got my checks for my new bank account that I'm going to be using quite a bit later on. I'm still debating on whether or not to shut the one down. If I do, I have to go through and change a lot of automatic payments to a different account, and then also change my direct deposit from work into the new account, which is what I'm really debating and leaning towards doing that. But we'll see. Like I said, I just got my checkbooks today, which made me happy. When they said they got it, they came in earlier than I was expecting. And they said, I got it. And I went outside and looked, and it wasn't there. And the mailman usually doesn't go till after 12. But he must have went early today because they said it came in at 11:23. I looked out, and there wasn't no mail truck down there at the office area where we get our mail delivered to. And so I went down around 12 to check, and sure enough, it was there. So the mailman ran early today. Usually he doesn't, like I said, doesn't come in until between 12 and 1. And he'd already delivered everything by 11:30, so that was gone. So he was really early today, which is good. I don't mind that. I'm still waiting on I have some new hats I bought. They're Navy, connected to the Navy. The Navy's 250th birthday is a week from Monday. The 13th of October is the Navy's birthday. She'll be 250 years old. Now, when she hit 200, I was in the Navy. I was stationed out of San Diego on the USS Dixie, AD-14, my first ship. They gave us this kind of a cheesy thing. I wish I still had it though. Regular paper size, comic size paper, 8.5 by 11 or whatever it is. And it stated that the way it read, it was like I was in the Navy for the whole 200 years. And I thought it was cool, but I thought it was cheesy as well. I wish I still had it. I'd put that up somewhere. But I don't know what I did with it. I don't think I threw it away, but I might have. It probably got tore up or lost somewhere. But the military. By the time the military was, I really enjoyed it. Where I got to know some about, not everything, but some about the Filipino culture from working with my division, which no longer. My job code no longer exists. I was a ship serviceman. They've since been rolled into storekeepers, which was a storekeepers and ship services were two different rates. We were both supply. Storekeepers kept the supplies for the ship. Servicemen, we kept the supplies for the service people themselves, and we provided the services they needed or was good for morale. I was a barber. I worked in the laundry at times. I ran a candy store. I filled up the vending machines, the Coke, candy, cigarette machines, did all that. Uh, Melanie, how you doing? Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. And that's the kind of job I had. It was, for me, it was rewarding. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I did over 6.5 years. I did a little over 6 years, 7 months, about 20 days, if you want to know the actual act. It was right around that time, 6 years, 7 months, 20 days. Or no, 2 weeks, I think it was. 6 years, 9 months, and 20 days if you counted construction time. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well, Melanie. We hope you get feeling better. Uh, Hopefully, everybody's recuperating from that storm. Uh, I know that was a hassle uh, for everybody that it affected. Just like the earthquake that when it affected people, that really affected a lot of people. Did a lot of damage. Killed, from what my understanding, over 70 people, and well over a couple hundred people injured. And so that's the way it's going. Hopefully, everybody gets better. Now, Jerry will be in the Philippines next month. No, not next month, December. So, Jerry, what do you got? About 7 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, and then you'll be going, something like that. Now, I still haven't decided exactly when I'm going, but I'm leaning towards going in April. But I got to make sure I have the money. So we're gonna, we'll make those decisions later. But yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm still the 29th. Now, just for your information, and it's just a coincidence, Jerry, the 29th of November was my younger brother's birthday, and I happen to have a cousin who he's a young man in his 20s, whose birthday is also November 29th. Now he lives back in Terre Haute, Vigo County. He's not in the city limits. His dad, my cousin George, and I are the same age. So George has a kid that's close to 40, another one in the 30s, and John is the one who's born on the 29th. I think he's in his late 20s. He might be early 30s now, but I think he's late 20s. There's quite a few years difference between John and Tom, Tom being the oldest. There's a big difference between those two. They never thought they'd have another one after Leslie. That's the one that's in her 30s. Matter of fact, she's pushing 40. Thank you, Jerry. We appreciate that. Like I said, now my older brother's birthday was November 25th. So they kind of got gypped on birthdays because what the family would do is they'd celebrate on the 27th. So it's the day in between, the middle between their two birthdays. We'd have one cake and they both get presents and all that. But they didn't get their separate birthday cakes. So it was done all at one time. But yeah, now my sister Alta, she got kind of gypped because her birthday is December 22nd, so close to Christmas, and she always felt she got gypped a little bit, which she probably did. I can't say she didn't, but that's a good possibility that at least I know she felt gypped. And that happens to be, well, was because my oldest sister just died this year. That was my oldest sister's wedding anniversary was the 22nd. And the reason why it was the 22nd, well, my oldest sister and her husband. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming, man. Well, I do every night there, right here, playing not only for Cebu, but all the Philippines because of the typhoon as well. Uh, so for all the people affected by the earthquake and the typhoon, I do say a prayer for every night, and usually in the morning when I get up. Uh, well, Jerry, the one thing about the 29th, my younger brother's birthday, Thanksgiving never fell on his birthday. Now, my older brother's birthday, it would. It would actually fall on his birthday. And so, yeah, it was for him, yeah, there was a couple of times. And I remember one time my cousins used to live in Iowa, and we were up visiting them for Thanksgiving, and my brother's birthday happened to be Thanksgiving Day that year. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man? Hope everything's going well. Now, Kevin and his wife and their son, Fritz, I don't know about Kevin's other son, but I know they'll be going back to the Philippines, from my understanding, for good early next year. Right now, My Filipino American Adventure is his channel. He's got some pretty good ones. They work for one of the, not state parks, I believe it's one of the federal parks. Got your tickets already. All right. I did not know it had 20 on average. I know that the earthquake there in Cebu, they said something like over 4,000 aftershocks. And they showed, even the American TV has shown some of the devastation. And some other, I've seen it on YouTube. That's where I get most of my news. Oh, you're not going back to May 19th. Okay. We'll be back. You'll be back in the Philippines about the time I go over. Crystal, how you doing, Crystal? Thank you for coming. Now, I don't know if you probably have heard me say this before. I plan on moving to the Philippines next year. Now, I plan on going to Cebu City at first. I don't know if that's where I'll stay. That's where I'm going to start at. There's some places I really want to check out. Whether I decide to stay in Cebu or not, there's areas I want to check out. One of them being Dumaguete and Valencia there on Negros Oriental. Because so many vloggers are over there and you see so much about it, you'd like to see it. Another place is, Leyte. One of the guys I follow who comes to my channel once in a while lives in Bye. But I wouldn't mind seeing Ormoc and a couple other places on Leyte Island. There's Davao City. A couple of people I know through YouTube people I know live in that area. I'm not saying that, Mike. I'm just saying, I understand what you're talking about. I'm just saying, no, I can believe it because they live in what they call the Ring of Fire, which is where a lot of volcanoes and earthquakes are at. But also, I'd like to see Iloilo. That's more of a laid-back type of area to go to, which I plan on being more of a laid-back type of expat. Well, knowing Crystal, if they're in their own vehicle, it's Mark that's driving. So they're on the road, but Mark's probably the one driving there, Jerry. So she's free to be on the phone and join the chat here a little bit. But yes, you be safe traveling there, Crystal. I agree with him on that. I don't know if I'm right now. If I was going to learn any of the Filipino dialects, it would be the Filipino dialect, which is based on uh, oh, Tagalog. I would be more towards the Tagalog because it's the Filipino dialect of Tagalog is a lot more widespread spoken than any other uh, um, dialect. So I really don't know if I'm going to do that. At least till I know where I'm going to live. Once I know where I want to live, then I may concentrate on pick. I want to pick up some language anyway, but I meant concentrate more on the local dialect once I know where I want to live. Whether it's in Iloilo, uh, whether it's Cebuano. Uh, yeah, Taglish. Yeah, that would be a good thing to pick up. Taglish, uh, Tagalog and English, Taglish. But like I said, though, until I really know where I'm going to be, I don't know how much foreign language I'm going to try to learn. I'm 72. We'll see how easy it is to pick up. I think the ones that's more based on Spanish, I'd probably have a little bit easier time because I took Spanish in school many, many years ago, but some of it would probably come back using it. But yeah, but yeah, I really am looking forward to going over. Uh, I want to make sure I have enough money already in the bank to go over and be able to stay for a couple of months without any problems. But you got to have money in the bank for emergencies and everything else. So that's what I got to build up. I don't know. I know most of you. I'm not sure if Kevin knows, but I happen to be a security guard. Uh, I don't make great money. I don't do bad. For a security guard, I make good money. And I get my Social Security, so that's how I really start saving by doing both. Uh, but I'm hoping I'll have enough to make me satisfied that I can leave in April. But once my rent right now, my lease, I rent. I live in an apartment. My lease right now goes through the end of March. So before March, I got to make the decision. I plan on making a decision if I can by the end of December. So I can, because if I'm going to go in April, I need to have that much of a leeway to know and start getting everything done finally. I already know I'm using the USAA Federal Savings Bank. Going to be my main bank that I'm going to deal with overseas. If I use their credit card, which I have, I've received it already. I'm not going to use it here in the States. But if I use it overseas, there is no international charge for using it. And if I use it at the ATMs out of network over there, they will reimburse something like 10 or 15 bucks a month on the ATM charges. So I like that. So that's what I'm going to use. I also have another credit card that will do pretty much the same thing. So if they don't reimburse the ATM charges, but they won't charge me international charges. That would be my backup credit card. So I got those two credit cards already. Now the backup one I've been using a lot here in the States. I pay it off every month. I like all my credit cards. I pay my bills every month, and I still able to save money. And so I want to use the next couple of months to see how much money I'm actually putting back each month to make that determination on how long I have to stay to get to the level of finances beyond my first couple of months' expenses to feel comfortable enough to go. And the only thing that will make me go earlier than what I feel comfortable with, Michelle Life, how you doing? Will be the fact that I'm burned out on working. I am so ready to retire. I've been working since off and on since I was 15 years old. As you all know, well, most of you know, I'm 72 now. I just turned 72 last month. So I've been working off and on for almost 57 years. There have been times where I didn't work, but I went to college. There was times where I didn't work and didn't do anything. And there's been times where I not only went to college, but I worked 32 hours a week on top of that, or I worked a full-time job and one or two part-time jobs. So I worked quite a bit, but some of those jobs didn't pay real well. And there was jobs, well, before I took the security job, I was working two part-time jobs, and it was feast or famine. I mean, I'd have more work than I could handle, or I'd be doing nothing for a week or two at a time. It just no work. That's why I took the job I took, and it's I enjoy working with people. I've been in customer service most of my life. I enjoy it. Yeah, I got quite a few likes. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I had quite a few before I even came up. So that always makes me happy. But, a lot of my views happen after I quit. After I shut down, I'll get more views. But yeah, wearing a long sleeve shirt. Which, Kevin, I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I will be wearing long sleeve shirts in the Philippines quite a bit. I happen to be susceptible to, I'm not sure if I'm using the correct term, but I have a tendency to get sunburn, and I am susceptible to skin cancer. I've already had a spot removed from my elbow, my right elbow, on the back side of the elbow. My dad had skin cancer removed from the back of his neck, and my younger brother passed away from skin cancer. So it runs in the family. Hey, Seth Moochie, how you doing? And a blessed Sunday morning to you. It's Saturday night here. And so, Kevin, maybe sometime we'll meet up over there. I'll have to check and see what island you're on again. I don't know if I'll ever make it to that island, but I will make it to the Philippines. God willing. And in other words, as long as my health holds up, I'm going. It's going to take something like my health going to, well, we won't use the term, but going south, keep me from going over. And like I said, I do. All my family knows I'm going. They all wish me well. They all think it's the right thing for me to do. My good friends know I'm going. They think I should go because they know I want to go. And they said, if you don't go, you'll regret not going. Then if you go and decide you don't like it, at least you know you went and you won't have that regret later. The thing hey, Leah, how you doing? Thanks for coming. The only thing I worry about is whether or not I'll be able to adjust to the weather and the living circumstances. And that's why I said, I want to start in Cebu, and if I decide I don't like it there, for whatever reason, the pollution, just for whatever reason, maybe it just doesn't fit me. I want to check out some of the other places, and I want to check out those places, anyway, even if I decide Cebu is the perfect place for me, I still want to check some of those places out. And like I said, you got to have the money to do all that, and so that's why I got to have the extra money built up. Like I said, if something doesn't work out, let's say my health turns south, and I need to come back to the States, where you got to have the money to come back. I got a place my sister who lives in Terre Haute will more than willing to be putting me up until I get my own place after I move. If I move back, she'd be glad for the company because she's always had, my one sister who passed away, they lived together. So she's always had a roommate for the last 20, almost 30 years. She's had a roommate. Matter of fact, my two sisters and my mother lived together for quite a while. So my mom had to go to the nursing home back around, 2019, 2018. My mom had to go to the nursing home because she kept falling. And my mom also had a slight case of dementia. And so it got to be too much for my sisters to take care of because my one sister, one who passed away, had MS. even though it was slow, but she could barely, she could she could take care of herself, but she really couldn't take care of anybody else. And my other sister, the one that's still living, she makes me look healthy. And as you all know, I'm overweight, so that says something. But I get on her. She's diabetic. She's trying to do better now. For a long time, she just thought she could control it without, she thought she knew what was going on. And when she thought her sugar was low, it actually was high. And she was taking candy because she thought it was low. That's good, Jerry. Like I said, I don't blame you. I wish I was doing that early, but I can't do it. Uh, let's say I had the money to go right now, I'd still have to pay my rent for all those months, and that would just cut into the money I'd have. So I would have to stay at least till the end of the rent, which is what I figure. I might be able to quit working in the end of February, but then use the month of March to. I want to sell off all my furniture and get rid of everything. Some people say you shouldn't, but I live in New York State. I live outside of Albany. And if I come back, I'm not coming back to this area. I will go back, like I said, I'll go back to Indiana. And so to put this stuff in storage, then come back, get it, and have to move it to Terre Haute. I'd have to pay somebody to pack this up, put it in storage, and unpack it, put it in a U-Haul or hire somebody to deliver it. It'd be cheaper to buy new stuff in the long run if I come back. So I'll get rid of everything. The stuff I don't want to get rid of, which is pictures and stuff like that, I'll pack up. Some of it I will take with me as a, not carry on, but as a check on luggage. But outside of pictures and stuff, most of the stuff I got, I will get rid of. I'm looking at some of the stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I've gotten. Some were gifts. I hate to get rid of gifts, but I'm not going to take them with me because it's, like I said, it's just not what I want to do. Now I do have some stuff over my left-hand shoulder I'm going to take. You can see that blue cup up there. That cup's going to go with me. I bought that one only because of what it says. It says I have the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. Well, I have that vocabulary. And so I wasn't even looking to buy a cup when I found that. When I was looking actually to buy T-shirts or undershorts, I can't remember which, and it was stuck in that area. And I saw it. It's like, I don't care. I don't need a cup, but I'm buying it. Hey, how you doing, Danny? Well, glad. Thank you for watching. I hope work's not going too hard. We appreciate you for coming in. And I know you still haven't figured out when you're going, but I know you're still hoping to go next year permanently. Like Kevin from my Filipino American adventure. Him and his wife are going to move back to the Philippines in May. He's got his tickets already for May, along with her son Fritz. So we'll see how that's going. Like I said, right now I'm still trying to decide if I'm going in April or May or June, somewhere in there. I'm hoping to go in April sometime. Oh, you're getting ready to clock out. That's cool. Yeah. It's always good when the workday ends. It's like mine always ends at 6 o'clock in the evening. Tuesday through Friday, I work 8 to 6. And I have to take a half hour unpaid for lunch. So I get 9.5 hours paid 4 days a week, which equates to 38 hours a week. But I get every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, which I happen to like. I like 3-day weekends. They are good. I don't know if I like this. All right, well, we'll see. It's not charging very well, but I got to want to import my pictures from. So we're not wanting to do that. So anyway, it's just like I said. I got the checkbook all set up for my new bank account. I got the credit card and the bank card. They usually do all their business online, but I wanted the checkbooks because if I decide I want to transfer my paychecks to that bank, I'm going to need a canceled check to give them so they can cancel it and hook the setup. Plus, if it's going to be one of my accounts that I'm going to use, I usually buy gift cards right now for my nieces and nephews for their birthdays and Christmas. Well, that won't be doable when I move to the Philippines. So what I'll have to do is write checks and send checks to them. And I can do it from either account, but this way I can, whatever account I want to send it from, I can do it. I will be taking my one account, which is what my Social Security is going into. I will transfer a lot of that money into the other every month. Well, not the first month or so, but every month after that for what I consider to be my living expenses. And when I say living expenses, I'm talking about my rent, my utilities, my internet, my phone bill, my food, and some spending money for entertainment. And then maybe a little extra money once in a while for a bigger trip. So, like I said, those are the things I want to do. Those are the things I'm planning on doing. Well, happy birth month. Mine was last month. But I have I believe I got a nephew whose birthday is this month, so I'm going to get his card out pretty soon, along with his gift card. And then in December, I got another nephew whose birthday is in December. I'll have to get his gift card, plus I have to get the Christmas gift cards. And I just found out a friend of mine who I've known for 36 years, maybe longer, her daughter just turned 18 last month. Her birthday was last month. And so I sent her a gift card for her birthday, and I just found out for sure that she got it. And she wanted to make sure her mom told her mom to make sure to tell me thank you, which they did today. So that's when I found out that she actually got it. So that made me happy because I know her mom and dad had bought her something, and she didn't get it. So, like I said, that could be a porch fire. You don't know. It was something from Amazon they bought her. So, at least she got her birthday card and her gift card. I'm glad for that. I sent it. She's in college, and so I sent it to her in college, to her college address. So I wanted to I was like, man, I hope I didn't write that address wrong. And so I did. So anyway, that's a good thing. And so now, like I said, my other niece, her birthday was in August, and she got hers in August. And my youngest nephew, when I say nephew, I'm talking about my great nephews. Both my great nephews are in college. The youngest one's a junior in college, and the oldest one's working on his master's. He took a year off, and now he's working on his master's. He's planning on his goal right now is after he completes his master's to go get a PhD, and he wants to become a professor in English literature. Both my nephews are very smart individuals. That's all they can stay out. There's nobody here for me to listen to. And so the youngest nephew, I'm still not sure exactly what he's doing, what he's studying. But I got to get a hold of both of them, make sure they give you their correct mailing addresses. Because I wasn't mailing it to the older one during his year off, but he's moved because the younger one, they were living so close together, I would mail it to the older one, and he'd give it to his brother when it was time. All right, Jerry, you have a good night, man. After November, or after the 3rd of November, we change our time clocks, and I'll be on an hour earlier here in the States at the same time in the Philippines. So maybe you can come up then, because it'll be an hour earlier for you, so you can get up and maybe get a little time in if you're up to it. But take care, Jerry, and we'll talk to you next time. But like I said, Kevin, if you want, you can come on up. Anybody can come up that's a member. Danny, if I'm still on when he gets home, or if he wants to do it on his phone, he can come up. But he's just getting off work, so it'll be a little hard for him to probably come up and talk unless he lives close to there. Jamie from Off the Cuff Adventures with Jamie, I hadn't seen him recently. I know he's back in the Philippines right now, so I hope he's having a great time, which I don't blame him. So yeah, it's I do truly look forward to going and trying to see if I can make a go of it. All right, Danny, like I said, if I'm still going when you get home, if you want to come up, come on up. And if not, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. But like I said, I want to give it minimum 6 months before I make a decision on whether or not I'm coming back to the States. And I'm thinking a year. Because like I said, if one place is not right for me, I'll go to another. So until I check out a few places, I will not give up on my dream of living in the Philippines and staying there. Now, some people say, "Oh, you need to visit 2 or 3 times," and I've been to the Philippines a couple of times, but it was so many years ago, it actually doesn't really count if you ask me, which is fine. It doesn't have to count. But anyway, that's it's. Because it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, now Jerry goes about once a year or once every other year. That's a lot more recent information to gather. He already knows the area he likes. And that may be because that's where his friends are at. That's fine. I know people that live in Cebu through YouTube. I know people that live in Dumaguete and Valencia through YouTube. Through YouTube, I know a guy that lives in Bye in Leyte. Know him better than a lot of the others. I follow some bloggers that are, like I said, Danny and Jamie. They live not too far from Davao City. They live in that area, but they don't live in the city itself. But if I was going there, it'd be the city I'd stay in. There's vloggers that I know of that are in Iloilo. But, I may go to an area where there aren't anybody that I actually know, or, that's fine. I just want to find an area that I feel comfortable. And I mean, with what I have to spend per month to be comfortable, the people around me, the environment, and I'm talking about the heat and the cold, and I don't want to live on the beach. There's people that do, and that's fine. I mean, I want to live close enough to visit the beach. If I feel like I want to make a day trip to the beach, I want to live close enough that I could, any day I want, I could take an hour or so and get there and spend most of the day and go back home, or spend a couple of days here. I want that capability. I just don't want to live on the beach. You pay for that privilege. And probably areas that I can afford to do that. It's just not what I want to do. I prefer to live in a bigger city, or a small city or a big town. And there's towns out there over 100,000 people that would be big enough for me. two small cities, which are a couple million people, which is plenty big. I want an area that I feel comfortable walking around in. I want an area where there's things to do that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. I want an area where I can have a nice apartment and not have to spend half my paycheck on it. So, like I said, there may be areas that I really like that I just can't afford. Uh, we have to be honest about it, Cebu may be one of those places. Cebu is not going to be one of the less expensive places that I go check out, especially if I try to live in what they call the bubble. The bubble's where a lot of expats live, and they're fancier rooms and more expensive, and they got the fancier condos and all that good stuff. Some of those I can't afford. I already know that, so there's no sense me even thinking about living there. I could live there. Let's be honest about it. But I'd be really pressed to have to extend what I want to spend per month. I'd have to be more judicious with what I spent outside of that per month. Probably a little less traveling from island to island. And probably instead of going maybe every other month, might be every fourth month. Which I could do if I had to, if I really enjoyed my life outside of that. But, I'm not going to know that until I get over there and start doing things. And so that's what we're looking to do. And now, see, you take Michelle. She lives in Cebu. I think Anna Mae Reyes, I think that's where she lives. There's a couple others I know that live over in that area. Like I said, from YouTube. I can't say we're friends. We're YouTube friends or YouTube acquaintances, however you want to look at it. I know Michelle happens to be a nursing student. Now, her aspirations, whether it's to stay in the Philippines and work as a nurse or go overseas as an OFW and work as a nurse overseas, I don't know. That's up to her. She's a young lady with her own ambitions, which she should have. So I hope she achieves whatever it is that she wants to achieve. Same thing with all of my YouTube friends. I hope they get what they're looking for. We all want a better life than what we have, which you can't blame any of us for that. Now, what we do to get that better life is how we judge ourselves. Do we do it through hard work or do we do it by hook or by crook? I prefer to do it by hard work, and most honest people would be that way. The ones that do it hook by crook is people you can't trust. And like I said, Michelle's working her way by hard work to get herself a better life. That's a person you can trust. And same thing with Danny, and same thing with Kevin. These are people who are working to get overseas and find a better life. Danny's already got his house and his property. Now he's working so he can retire and have the money to survive until he can get his Social Security. He's taking his mother overseas with him to give her a better life as well. Abby G, how you doing, Abby? Thanks for coming. And like I said, Kevin and his wife have been working, and they both work together at one of the federal park. I believe it's federal, not state park they work at. And they finally got it to where they can now afford to go over. And I believe that they're going to make it permanent. Kevin will take his retirement from the park department, So, he'll go over and him and his wife and their son Fritz will enjoy a better life than what they have here in the States. I mean, they have a decent life here in the States by working together and stuff. They'll have a better one in the Philippines. That's me. I have a decent life here. I really do. If I quit working, I could have a decent life by going back to Indiana and living on just my social. I couldn't do it here. I could not live here on just my Social Security. So no matter what, I got to leave here, and that's why I said I'm going to sell my furniture because it's not going to be worth taking. Now, if I went straight from here to Indiana, it might be worth it. That's a possibility. But by going to the Philippines and seeing if I can find a place I want to stay there, putting this furniture all in storage, paying the storage fees every month. I'd have to pay somebody to take it there and put it in the storage for me because I'm a single person. And I'm sorry, some of this stuff I can't lift even with help. Uh, 30 years ago, I could help lift some of it. I couldn't lift it back then either because this is very heavy stuff. Now, some of it I could lift on my own. I could probably still do it on my own. But some of it I can no longer do. Uh, so I'd have to pay somebody to come in and pack it up onto a truck, take it to the storage facility, unpack it, and put it in the storage facility. There's a few $100s right there. Then whatever the storage unit costs you every month that you're gone, and then you come back. Well, now you got to pay somebody to take it out of the storage unit, pack it onto a truck, and probably have them move it to my hometown of Terre Haute. But I'd probably have to wait until I found a place of my own to live because my sister doesn't have room for all my furniture, who I'd be staying with. So I'd have to go there and find a place to live, come back, pay somebody to load it up, move it to Terre Haute, unpack it, and move it into my apartment. So you're looking at, like I said, in the long run, even if it isn't cheaper, it'd be better just to buy new furniture when I move back. If I move back, I hope not to move back. That's why I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Uh, so that's well, I have. Like I said, the last month I'm here in this apartment, I got to start getting rid of all this stuff. So what I'll probably do, there's used furniture places. I'll contact a couple of them, have them come in, look it over, and give me a bid for all of it. Now they won't get the pictures, but they'll get the bookshelves and the. I have a couple different styles. I got end tables, the sleeper bed, couch, sleeper sofa, whatever you want to call it, and the recliner, and then my chest of drawers, my kitchen table, my computer desk, and my chairs, my silverware, whatever dishes they want, they can have. Just have them put in a bid for all of it. Whoever gives me the highest bid will get it. But I still have to do that, but I won't do that till the month before I leave. And I'll have to get the fillers out that early that month. So my last month in this apartment, I may not stay here the whole month. I might only stay a week or two, but I'll have to pay for the whole month. And then I'll go back home, and then I'll have to come back and have somebody clean it. And so when the landlord or the apartment complex manager comes in and looks the place over, decides how much money to give me back, if they give me back all of it or just part of it, I can't count. I'm going to count on not getting any of it back. Because like I said, I put some holes in the walls, other small holes, just where I hung up pictures and stuff. That's fine. If I don't get my money back, I don't. If I do, that's great. That'll help with almost another month overseas. So hopefully, but I'll spend enough money that I won't make a big difference because I'll spend money to have somebody come here and clean this place because I'm not going to do it. I don't mind vacuuming, but if they're I'll pay somebody to come in and just give it a thorough cleaning. I'll be here. By the time I move out, I'll be here 5 years. So after 5 years, you get a free rug cleaning. So they can't hold the cleaning the rug against me. I've been here long enough that that's supposed to be free. And I'll probably go over a month or so. But, that's something to be determined yet. And like I said, I'm leaning towards making March, my last month of working. April, the month I leave here. I may even fly out of here in April, like towards the end of April, 1st of May. But that's what I'm leaning towards. That's what I hope to do. I hope March is my last month of working. April's the last month I have to this place. Uh, maybe even get out of here in March at the end, depending on how quick I can get rid of my furniture. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Most of my clothes I'm going to get rid of because a lot of my clothes is geared more towards there's a lot of clothes geared towards winter. Most of my coats are geared towards winter, so we won't take them. Some of the clothes are I don't want to take. I got more shirts than I really need, especially short sleeve shirts, because I'm not going to take short sleeve shirts with me. Like I said, I'm too susceptible to sunburns, and that's something I don't want. And so we'll try to take my long sleeve shirts like this. These are sunblock shirts. I'll take I'll take all of these, and I'll take some long pair of pants. Although I just ordered a pair of pants, I want to see how I like them. They're long, but you can unzip them and make shorts out of them. They're cargo shorts, but you can use them for hiking. You have the long legs on. I'll use them if I'm riding a bike to keep my legs from getting sunburned. Then you can unzip the pant leg, take them off, and enjoy the weather a little bit more that way. So I ordered one pair to see how I like them. If they're nice, I'll buy more as we go. And but yeah, I'll take a dress shirt or two just in case I need one for some reason. I doubt if I take a pair of dress pants, although I might. But like I said, I'm not taking a lot of clothing. I'll take some towels and stuff, but I'll take those mainly so I can use it for packing to protect my pictures from getting damaged. That kind of stuff. I'll put towels on the bottom and put pictures in between the towels to try to keep them from getting harmed. Right now, I only plan on taking one check-in bag. I may change my mind and take two. I got a carry-on bag I'm going to take. I also will take my CPAP as a carry-on because it's medical equipment. They have to let me take it and not count it. So we'll be able to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I plan on getting done. And so we're working towards that. We're working to get things. Dan, how you doing, man? Come on up. You missed. Jerry was here earlier. He didn't come up though, but Jerry was in the chat earlier. Danny from Road to the Philippines was in the chat for a little bit. He's on his way home now. Kevin from My Filipino American Adventure. I don't know if you know who Kevin is, but he was here. I don't know if he's still here or not. Michelle Life's here. Abby G. Crystal was here earlier. Sek is here. Sachuuchi. Leah and Leah were here, and so was your Man Minnie's cousin. Melanie was here earlier. I don't know. She said she was going to be in the background. She said she's not feeling well. So we got to say a good prayer for her so that she gets feeling better. And I'll pray for everybody right now that's going through a rough time. I watched Tim's latest vlog, but I didn't comment on it, so I'll have to watch it again. I'll watch it on my TV, and I can't comment on the TV. And Let's have my phone hooked up to TV. And we got Dan coming up, people. Give me a second, Dan. There you go.
Can you
Welcome,
hear
sir.
me okay?
Yeah, I hear you quite well.
All right. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Larry?
Well, not too much. I just my phone is my main phone is giving me a hard time. I put it on. It's on charger. I started off at 18. It's down to 14.
Huh.
Well, it's the charging cord.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, I know it is.
Head over to Walmart. Grab yourself another one.
Well, I got a good one, but it doesn't reach over here.
You know, I was listening to you talk about the clothing thing. There's another option. You know, you could send a Balikbayan box to the Philippines ahead of your trip.
Yeah, but I'd have to know where to send it.
Send it to one of the hotels that you're going to be staying at. So, like, if you're going to stay in a hotel the first couple of nights, they will accept it. They just call them up and let them know you're sending your stuff ahead.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm not taking a lot of clothing. I'm going to take
Well,
all my.
you know, I heard you say that, and if you're in the hard to find size, you might appreciate taking your clothes.
Well, I'm taking all of my sunblock shirts, all of them.
Ah, okay.
I got a few. I got a few of those, and some of them are in like the long sleeve, like T-shirt, and some are like this. This is a sunblock shirt.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they're nice.
Yeah, I got a few of these. So I'm taking all of those. I don't want to take all my long pants. I'll take all the short
LV's here. Is that LV? Oh.
No.
Oh, that's a raid. LV's doing a raid.
How you doing, Rosie?
LV.
we got Rosie and Diosa coming in.
Diosa, one of my favorite people, one of my new favorite people. Diosa.
I'm going to step over and see if I can get that one cord to reach over here.
Diosa Mariana. I hope I said that okay. Yeah, so anyway, LV's in the house doing a raid. LV, you're number one, not number two. Don't ever change. Never. I think LV's got a giveaway coming up in November, if I'm not mistaken. So, LV, we look forward to the giveaway.
No, I got it.
I need money.
I got it plugged in at the other one, but I got to look. It's like if somebody comes up there, I want to give her a blue jacket, I have to go over that way to do it because it doesn't quite reach my desk.
Oh, you know what? Is it okay if I announce my giveaway coming up?
You go ahead and announce whatever you want.
So in November, guys, if you're listening, I'll give you a heads up. We should have our YouTube payment. We're going to be giving away 13,000 pesos at 500 pesos a whack. That means what? What does that mean? 26 potential winners coming up in November, and it's going to be mid-November, probably the first mid-November in that falls on a Friday, my regular day for doing a live stream. So we're going to space out. We're going to space out these giveaways to give everybody a chance to win some money. Crystal's adventure in the house. It's always an adventure when Crystal's around. Mark can't be far behind. Anyway,
let's say hello to Yen and Nasal.
Hello, Yen Irene, my second most favorite person in the whole world.
Pamela just came in. We're getting a nice raid from LV.
Pamela's here. Pamela with the fellas. Pamela likes hanging with the fellas. What? Ronell is here. I haven't seen Ronell in a long ass time. Ronell, where have you been? You're hanging out over there with LV? What the heck? I get no love. I don't get any love. Ronell, what the heck?
We're just giving him a. We're just
All
giving
right,
him
so
a blue jacket.
November. Keep a watch on that announcement. Keep an eye on the announcement. November. Oh, you guys, I just want to let you know we're in the earthquake window according to Stefan Burns. So if you haven't seen Stefan Burns' latest video, he sort of implied that there's a buildup of pressure in the Philippines and that hopefully a lot of those small earthquakes will alleviate some of that pressure building up in that fault line that gave us the 6.9 this past week. But he's also sort of implying that be prepared for another one. Another big one is what he's saying. They don't know where it's going to hit. They don't know. He's not predicting. What he's doing is he's an astrophysicist, and we're getting bombarded with electromagnetic storms, and that causes an unsettling of the earth along those fault lines. So he says keep an eye on that region where the 6.9 occurred. Of course, I'm watching him. I'm going, Stefan Burns, I'm in the Philippines. I'm in the fault area. But he talks about it so distant, like it's a place way off on a different planet. No, we're here. So he said prepare. So that's basically, if you want to see his latest video, go see Stefan Burns, astrophysicist extraordinaire. He just delivers the message straight. He doesn't predict. If he predicted, they'd throw him out of the astrophysicist club. Say that 3 times real fast, Larry.
No, but I'm going to say hi to Jonah Lynn and Maris.
Jonah Lynn is here.
And Maris
Maris is in the house. Maris from Paris.
Oh, come on. Maris, yeah. So we want to say hi to them. They're raiding here from LV as well.
LV does a raid. Let me get my can of insect spray.
Now, Ronell, I hope you're still there because I did give you a blue jacket. And so, yeah.
Ronell doesn't even come into my channel no more.
Uh-oh. What'd you do to make him mad? Or make them mad?
I don't know. Is Ronell a boy or a girl? I think Ronell is a girl, right? Named after her daddy. Named after her daddy, whose name is Ronald or Ron. That's my guess.
You're probably right. I don't know. I don't.
Or maybe an uncle named Ron.
Yeah. Well, there's like, you know, on some names I'll guess by spelling. Let's say Terry. If it ends in an I, I'm going to say it's female. You know.
Yeah.
ERRI, I would say a female. Or TERI is a female. Gail could be male or female. Dell could be male or female.
Hey, can I ask a question, Larry?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not a little gun shy since we got whacked with that deadly earthquake, 6.9?
No. I'm still coming. I'm still going to Cebu City.
I'm having anxiety dreams over that thing. Last night I had a dream about climbing a ladder onto a tall building, and then the ladder started shaking. It was like the world wanted to shake me off.
I'm going to tell you now, it wouldn't have to be an earthquake. If I'm climbing a ladder up to a tall building, that would give me anxiety, just climbing that ladder.
Yeah, my live stream, I was talking about how it reminded me of the earthquake to end all earthquakes, February 9th, 1971. It hit at something like 5:59 in the morning. I'd gotten up early. I don't usually get up so early to get to school, and I grabbed a bowl of cereal. I was sitting at the kitchen table eating my meal when the earthquake hit, and when it was over, I was leaning in the corner of the kitchen. I was leaning, my chair had tilted backwards, and I was looking up at the ceiling, and I was praying to God Almighty, please Do not let me die today, please.
Yeah.
And here I am.
I've been lucky. The earthquakes I've been through haven't been that bad. Remember now, I was stationed in San Diego, so there's a couple of minor ones. Minor that I went through. Now, when I was in Indiana, we had one that was outside of St. Louis, Missouri, somewhere over towards Missouri, and you could feel it in Terre Haute. And I'm sitting in the recliner at my mom's place, and I could feel it shaking. It's like, oh wow, earthquake! It's just minor. My mom and one of my sisters were walking down the road. Never felt it walking down. That's how minor it was. Okay. And then my youngest sister, she was at home at her place, and the dishes and stuff started rattling a little bit. And
Scary.
She called me and she goes, "What was that? Was that a bomb going off?" I said, "No, just a little earthquake." You'd have thought I told her terrorist attack. I mean, oh my God.
That is interesting. And also, I don't know if you saw the short video of our van rocking back and forth.
Yeah,
Jill had just gotten home, and I'm not sure he really knew that we were having an earthquake. I would imagine he sees the van rocking back and forth, so he's got his phone going, right, and he takes a video of that. And I was trying to post it to see if it would be part of a newsreel someplace, like on NBC News or something, but nobody picked it up, even though it got 20K views, almost 21K views. Nobody picked it up.
Well, I saw it. I did see it. I think I watched it on both my channels.
You know what I have to say about that, right, Larry? Don't come knocking if this van's rocking.
Right.
Thank God for the 60s. Thank God for the 60s. The 70s, that's right. That's right. You remember we were taking all the Dodge 150 van, or the Dodge, what were they? The Dodge 300s? Is that what it was? And we were converting them into Motel 6s?
They were converting all kinds of vans into that. And back in the 70s, you could buy them that way.
That's right. You could buy them already converted. Yeah. That's right. We had a place called Lee Vans in City of Industry, California, I believe it was, near Los Angeles, and they used to buy the vans and customize them, and you could go in there and buy yourself a van,
But I knew some guys that had the vans. One guy took a pickup truck and put the sill in between the cap for the bed and the window, and took the window out, and then put a bed in there, and so he can just climb through the window back and forth. And a lot of these guys would sleep in their vans or his pickup truck at night, on base or right off base, and then.
Oh, you know what I remember the most? I remember going to the drive-in movie, and all the vans would be parked in the back, and around midway through the movie, you'd see all the vans be rocking about halfway through the movie. The memories, right?
Yeah, it's hard to find a drive-through anymore. Terre Haute still has one drive-through, which is up close to my sister's.
It kind of makes me want to go out and get a van and relive the 1970s all over again.
I had a friend, his van, he had it painted, had a design on it. I can't, kind of like a ghostly figure. He was known as the Gray Ghost. And there was a lot of CBs back then too, if you remember. A lot of people had their CBs and the CB clubs and
oh yeah,
one of those.
I had me one. I had a little CB radio.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he had that. There was a lot of them would talk back and forth. And there was a Little Bit, which was a female. That was her nickname, Little Bit. And then I guess she was only like 5 foot something, like 5 foot, about that tall and skinny. So she was Little Bit. And then he was Gray Ghost.
A Gray Ghost.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to get out of here. Because we're getting ready to take off. We got to head over to the hardware store, prepare for Monday, construction Monday, so.
Okay.
All right. It was nice chatting with you. Bye, everybody.
Tell Matt Minnie hi for me.
We sure will. Minnie is right here. Minnie, say hello to.
Hi, Sir Larry.
Hey, Matt Minnie, how you doing? Hi.
Doing good. How are you?
Good seeing you.
Good, good.
Good seeing you. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in person next year
you.
sometime.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
next
see you
year.
soon.
Oh yeah.
See you early part of next year when you get over here. We'll be.
Probably be towards the middle, but like somewhere in April to June, somewhere in there.
Okay. All right. April.
I will announce. I think in December.
Yeah, we're going to be headed to LA in April.
Hey, baby.
Right.
We're going to be heading for LA, I think, in April. We don't know yet. Yeah, well, it might be earlier than that.
Like I said,
all right, Larry, we're going to take off. We'll see you. We'll see you later.
Right,
Bye.
See you next year. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming up. We appreciate it. And if anybody else wants to come up, you're more than welcome. I always enjoy talking with other people. It's one of the things I enjoy most about my channel is when I have guests come up and we can communicate and talk about different things. We'll talk about whatever you want. You want to talk about your channel, that's fine with me. Like I said, that's what I enjoy doing. But I plan on announcing in December by firming up I may not know the exact date that I'm coming over, but I should know the month. And so I'll let you all know in December for sure. Hopefully it'll be earlier than later, but we'll have to wait and find out. Like I said, I got to make sure I got the money for the emergencies that I need. Your medical or returning back to the States. I need that kind of money. I need some cash for that. And like I said, right now I do have the money for the first couple of months. So everything I put back from now on is going towards the emergency fund. So the more I work, the more I can build that up. I not being offered overtime. My job where we don't work holidays, which would pay time and a half if I did. It would be nice to be able to work some holidays, but we don't work them. Where I'm at, they just shut down for the holidays. Everybody gets it off. The employees, everybody. So there's nothing, I can't complain. That's just the way the job is, and I do get paid for what I do. I do get paid well. I have been paid. I've been paid less than. I've got jobs that I was working. I got over $4 to $5 an hour less than what I'm getting paid right now. So I'd say $4.50 to $5 more than some of the jobs I work. Now, some of the jobs is only just under $4. But like I said, some of the jobs is over $5, more than what I got. So, like I said, you talk $4 an hour for 38 hours. That's about $152 a week. If you're talking 5, that's $200 a week. No, that would be 180. I was thinking of 40. Be about 180 a week less. I mean more or less. So it all depends on what you're making. So like I said, that's pretty good money compared to some of the other locations I worked at, and that's every week. Although some of those locations I did work holidays, which means I got paid time and a half. But so most of those locations I had to work 5 days. I only worked 3 here. I have 4 here. So I like that. Mary Ann, how you doing? Thanks for coming. We truly appreciate it. Like I was telling everybody, I should be letting people know by December. what month I plan on moving over to the Philippines. I should know, hopefully know by then. If I don't, I'm going to be really disappointed with myself. I may not be able to give you the date that I'm going to arrive. I may not do that anyway, because I plan on my first video in the Philippines. I plan on having it guess where I'm at, and that would be Cebu, Cebu City, to be exact. So, yeah, that is my plan right now, to do that. To have that available to me. So, yeah, we really are starting to wind things down as far as time to go till I go, but there's still a couple things I can't do until I know when I'm going. I can't set up the email box until I know when I'm going, because I don't want my mail going there until just before I leave. I can't set up my flight information until I know when I'm going. I got like you gotta have at least 6 months left on your passport. I got about 6 years. Right now 7, but by the time I go, it'll be about 6.5 years left on my passport. So plenty of time on the passport. My driver's license is good till another 4 years. Just under 4 now. It was 4 years last month on my birthday. It was 4 more years, so just under 4 years for my driver's license in the States. So that's in good shape. Got my bank accounts, 2 of them set up that I'm going to use. I got the third one I'll shut down here. I'm trying to decide if to shut it down now, or which I'm leaning towards doing. And then the setting the other one up. Shutting the other one down and setting the other one up to take its place. I am in the process of getting a power of attorney for someone that will be able to take care of, if I have trouble with the banks, I'll be able to go in and deal with it on my behalf. I have to set up they call it a survivor beneficiary person. So if something happens to me, like I pass away, they can go in and get the money, and the money will be automatically dispersed to them once they know that I've passed away. And I have proof of that. They'll just let them have the money. So I've got to set that up still. The power of attorney, I already know who I'm going to have do that. We just got to fill out the paperwork and get that done. And the e-travel pass, I can't do that till they say like 3 days before you go. I'll probably do it the day I leave. That way, if something happens, it'll still be good for a couple more days. I'm talking about, let's say, like the typhoon delayed flights from here to the Philippines because of the typhoon. They had to delay them. They couldn't go in and land. And if you have to delay a day or two, if you do it the day you leave, it's still good for a couple of days. It's supposed to be good for about 3 days. So I'll probably wait and do that on the day I leave. Although I think you can do it on the day you can do it on the day of arrival. You can do it once you arrive. You just have to have it done before you enter the country. So depends on what the weather's going to be like, what they're talking about when I do that. So like I said, the earliest will be the day I leave. So there's no sense worried about that this far away. And so a lot of the stuff I got done already. Like I said, I got how I'm going to get my money. There's one thing I got to check with them, how I can send money to me from them. Can I do it? They have a Zelle, Z-E-L-L-E or something like that account that you send money. You can send to pay bills. I want to see if I can send it to myself in the Philippines or if I have to use Wise. So I'll have to call them and talk to them. I'll probably do that when I call up and add a survivor, whoever I decide to leave my money to, so they can take care of the money and divide it among my surviving people. I'll probably leave it to one person and trust them to split it equally among the others. My nieces and nephews is who I would like to give the money to. If my sisters need some, give them some too. But yeah, depends on how much money I got, how much it can help people. But you know, the more people I can help, the better off I am, or better off they are. The happier I'll be. I actually have money to help people. So yeah, Leila, I see you're back. Thank you. Crystal's back again. We appreciate y'all coming. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. I've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes. I'll go for a little longer. See if somebody else wants to come up and join me. If they do, we'll even go longer. So that's, like I said, you all know I like talking to other people. And so we're trying to get everything worked out. Like I said, I have 3 bank accounts right now. I'm going to cut it down to 2, I think, here in a month or 2. I got to see how much trouble it's going to be to transfer all my bills from the one to another one. That's what will take me some time. So I'll worry about that here in the next couple of weeks. I want to get everything else set up first. One of the banks that I have a loan through that's set up to have an automatic pay withdrawal from one of the other accounts. I can go into them and talk to them and see how easy it'd be to transfer the bill to another bank. And that'd be the most difficult one, I think. So that's would be the one I have to check with. It's also the largest bill that's taken out each month automatically. That's my car payment. So we want to make sure we get that taken care of before we do anything else. I mean, I got the money in the one account that I can pay a couple of months on the car payment without any hassle whatsoever. There's a couple other bills that are auto payments that I'll set up to move over if I can. And once I get them all moved over, I'll transfer all my paychecks into that account, and I'll take the money that's left in the banking account that I'm closing and transfer all that money over to the other account and just close it out. One of the things I don't like about the bank account that I'm closing, they have an $18 a month charge. They just started charging me. I don't like that. But there's nothing I can do except for close the account and get out of it. I was going to close the account anyway before they did that. So that just made it. I was thinking about not closing it, to be honest with you. But when they did that, they made my decision I was closing it, and that's when I started checking into whether I should go with the USAA Federal Savings Bank or the Navy Federal Credit Union. And the USA Federal Savings Bank is better than the Federal Credit Union, Navy Federal Credit Union, and what it charges me or what it pays me back. So there's not much of a difference, but every little bit difference adds to the money I have to spend and not have to pay out to somebody else. So that's why I'm going to go. That's why I decided I've already gone with them. And like I said, I got it all set up now. I got the bank card, I got the credit card, I got the checks. So everything's set up now. I just got to switch things over to it. But like I said, there's enough money in there I could go quite a few months without and just have my car payment come out of it for quite a few months without anything else, without putting more money into it. Like I said, that's the one to set up for my savings for going overseas and surviving off of it. So that's what I got to do. It's just a small thing, but it's something that has to be done. And like I was telling Dan and Matt Minnie when they were here, I look forward to seeing them next year. And I'll have to take their piece of their advice on a bionic bond box. There's a Filipino club in Schenectady, which is not too far from where I live. I may go by there and see if I can get information about how they send boxes back to the Philippines. There's a young couple, and I say young, they're probably in their 40s or 50s. That's young to me. Filipino Phil-Am couple. She just came over. I want to say this year, might have been last year, but I want to say this year. At least they just moved in the apartment complex this year. But the way they talk, she hadn't been here very long at all. And so it's a young married couple. All right, mid-age couple, you know. But if I see them, I'll see if they do anything like that and how they do it. I don't think there's anything in Albany itself. I could be wrong. Yeah, I may not know how to type it in to find it. But if there's not something here, there's somewhere they can go and do it, and they'll know the best way to do it. So that's something I got to check into yet. And I'll send probably maybe my pictures and stuff that way. Maybe some other stuff. So I got some, but we'll see. But like I said, I'm not taking any of the furniture, even though I got a coffee table, which is different than an end table. End tables go on the end of it, on the end of either side of a chair or a couch. Those are called end tables. What sits in front of a couch is called a coffee table, and they are designed different usually. I got a coffee table that's almost as old as I am. It's been in my family since I was very young. My dad bought it for my mom, and so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. It's not going to go overseas with me. I have to figure out who to give it to, or if I need to let it go and just get what I can out of it. It's worth more sentimental than it is financial. It has been damaged. If it was undamaged, I'd probably get more money out of it, but it's been damaged, so like I said, it's worth more sentimental than anything else. You'd have to have somebody who are into antiques to make it worth anything. And like I said, being damaged, I don't think it'd get a whole lot. But it is definitely an antique. It's at least 65 years old. I'll guarantee. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say 65. No younger than 60, but I'm going to say around 65 years old. I don't think I was 7, so it's probably closer to like 67, 68 years old, maybe. We'll go 65. 64, 65 years old. Somewhere in there. That's my belief on it. I don't know if anybody remembers when we got it. I just know it was, I was young. And it came with a glass top that was removable. And so you could put stuff underneath it. Well, Dad was afraid us young kids would break that glass and cut ourselves. So he had to keep the glass. He didn't want it. He was afraid we would hurt ourselves on it. So I want to say I was young. Like I said, I don't remember not being in the house. I really don't remember it not being there. So I remember if it's when he got it, when I think he got it, I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. There was another piece of furniture my dad bought that I run as a kid because I was just playing. I mean, I didn't mean to run it. I wasn't thinking about running it, but I did. And so it really upset my mom. I still remember that. And I was about 4 or 5 years old when that happened. And I think we got that desk at the same time. So that would put it, like I said, around 68 years old. 67, 68. And so, like I said, it's got more sentimental value to me than it does probably financial. but I'm not going to send that overseas. I just don't see how I could do it unless I had somebody take it apart, put it in a bionic box, and shipped over. But then it's wood, so there's going to be a good chance termites can get to it and run it. So probably won't do that. But all right, folks, I see we're down to just a few people, and I've been going for an hour and a half, and it doesn't seem like anybody else wants to come up. So I want to thank you all for coming, and I'm going to let you know I will be doing another one next week. And so, but anyway, remember everybody, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy, plus try to have fun, and also remember, be kind to each other. Let's pray for the people of the Philippines, those that are affected by the earthquake, and for those that are affected by the typhoon, especially those that are affected by both. All right, love you all. Take care now. Have a good day, and see you next week. Bye.